Good morning. God bless you. Pastor Rudy Mosley here from Bread of Life International Worship Center with God's promise for today. Today's promise is found in Psalm 111, verse 5. And in the Amplified, I'm going to read two versions to you this morning. In the Amplified, it says, He has given food and provision to those who reverently and worshipfully fear Him. He will remember His covenant forever and imprint it on his mind. In the contemporary English version, it reads, He gives food to his worshipers and always keeps his agreement with them. The promise for today is that God promises to remember his promises from long ago. Worship is so critical. What this promise is saying is that those who worship God, worship him, worship him. Worship means that you can't worry and you can't be concerned about how God's going to do it or when God's going to do it. But you thank him because he's true to his word to remember his covenant. That's where true worship, that's a sacrifice of praise. That's where you get into the place where you worship God because of who he is. You worship him because of who he says he is and because of the promises that he's made. And that's where the peace that passes all understanding will guard your heart and your mind. This promise says that worshipers, those who worship God, he says that he will keep his agreement and he will fulfill his word to them. I want to encourage you today, in the midst of what you're going through, to force yourself. I don't even want to use the term force, but to will yourself to worship. Will yourself to worship God. Say, mind, we will worship the Lord. Mouth, we will worship the Lord. Spirit, we will worship the Lord. In the midst of what is going on, I will worship the Lord. I will worship him because I know he is able, and I know he's true to his word, and I know what he said he's going to do for me and for you. He is no respecter of persons. I know you may be going through a very difficult time, and you may be facing some obstacles today, but in the midst of what you're facing, God never changes, so our worship shouldn't change either. Hallelujah. And God gave me a word a while back, and the word was this: your worship is directly proportional to your vision of how big God is. When you could see that God is bigger than your problem, bigger than your circumstance, bigger than any mountain that's facing you, then your worship will be bigger than any problem that you would face. I want to encourage you this morning to worship the Lord today. Practice worshiping. Practice worshiping in spirit and in truth. God bless you. This is Pastor Rudy Mosley. Enjoy your day.